YOLO Nation and mining family. What's going on out there, guys? What up, what up, what up? I see one of you in here. We got State and hey, bro. What's going on? Looks like you're the first one here. We got Tech Man in his house. Going first? No. State, just beat you to the punch. Just barely. Just slid in there with that message. Just slid in there. He was like a little ninja. Watcha! So what's going on, everyone? He's like always on time. That's what's up. It's like, don't forget, guys, smash that lizardy like button. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. That's about it. So I've got this box over here. It's kind of a cool little box, but man, whenever I was like, I started opening up the box. I thought that was kind of funny. I know, dad joke. It's terrible joke. Just such terrible. Rona tape. Actually, it's a tie. It's an actual tie. Not to be confused, like the one dude from CES was like calling it, the 3090 tie edition. This is a tie, not TI for titanium. But I watched that podcast with Seth Rogen with Dr. Malone, and I was like, I saw Dr. Malone, he had the tie. I was like, he's like, I don't know where my wife got it. She just got it. And I was like, oh, God, I got to go find it. Not that I would ever probably wear it unless it was, like, to be funny. But, yeah, I was like, it's a novelty. In 20 years, people will laugh about that. All right, so a little update for anybody that was watching my live stream with me overclocking the 3060 Ti, and saw me actually get that sucker up to 34 to 35 megahertz. 34 to 3500 megahertz on the memory. It held that for 12 hours perfectly. Not one single fucking glitch. I got up that morning about 10 o'clock-ish. The rig shuts down. How safe is that L3 firmware you have? There's a lot of nobody's had it. I've used it on my stuff. Just to 100% honest, I used it all on my stuff. Gundy from the other channel that I'm a part of with DCA Adventure, he's got 2 of my L3s that I sold. So I think he's got 2 of them. I think he took 2. And I loaded up the firmware on those before I sent them over to him. Refreshed it and everything, just updated the rig for that firmware. Yeah, there's no virus funny business shit on there. There's no extra dev fee on there that, it deposits fucking coin to my wallet. That's the last thing I really want is a nasty reputation of fucking some bogus ass bullshit. It's just pretty much, it was given, the software was given to me by another from another miner, a good friend of mine from up in Wisconsin. And he's like, This is the L3 software, no dev fee. So he already went through and took the dev fee off. So it's a nice clean copy. As far as I know, I mean, whenever I was like adding up for my hash rate, what I should have been mining, everything added up. I mean, I'm not a coder, so let me just put it out that way. So it's not like I can go into the software, look at it line by line, and understand what the fuck I'm looking at. I mean, I could probably figure out some obvious shit, but if there's something that's kind of hidden through how it's coded, I'm not going to pick up on it right away. I'm more of your front end guy, not your back end. That's all security and all that good stuff. But I never saw any funny business whenever I was using the software. So you can take it for what it is. All I can say is I've got it. If you trust it, cool. If you don't, I understand. But I'll assure you that I don't do funny shit. I really don't care. I'd rather sit there and help a small little miner, not steal from them. You know, it's like the big mining facilities, they don't give a shit about us. You know, it's like, and they're gonna pay somebody like me to set it up for them. Versus me helping out the community, I've got no incentive to fucking steal hash rate from anybody. Oh yeah. The fans are really quiet. I mean, like, literally, you'll hear them pulse, like ramp up for a moment and then die right back down. And they never went above like 2,800 RPM. I mean, they've got. I mean, you can hear them when they ramp up, but whenever they ramp back down, no issues at all. No, I had, God, how many did I have? I had 9 of them running with that software on there. So, there's that. I had 9 of them running on there. And I sold them to people with the software still on there. And all 9 of the people, all the people that bought it, because there was like one person that took 4 of them off of me. And then I had Gundy and 2 other people take the rest. Right? No. Yeah, it was 2 other people. So, thank you, State, and thank you, State. It's like, smash that lizard like button, guys. Yeah, smash it good. Yeah. So, but like I was saying, with my 3060 Ti that I had, my Founders Edition, I got it to ramp up to 3,500 megahertz on the memory. It'll hold it, but not for very long, or if it gets a little too hot. So if I can keep it cooler, I can get that thing to hit 35 mega hash at 135 watts. But it won't let me do much more than that without like cooling everything. So unfortunately, unfortunately, I'm not going to push the wattage to make that happen. It becomes inefficient at that point to hold the hash like that. So, some of what's in that box up over there is going to be some of the solution, I think, to me overclocking that 3060 Ti FE edition. Yeah. I mean, it's what's the temp outside here? What is the temp? Rate me out. Let me refresh it. I've got 36 degrees Fahrenheit. So with that, I've just got the rig sitting right in front of the window, fan pulling air in from outside. I've got a fan. I started experimenting. I was like, man, I'm getting cold pockets in my house. So I took a little itty bitty dual fan window fan and put it in my bathroom and turned that thing on high. Man, the whole house is now warm, man. I woke up, I was like, dude, I'm fucking sweating this morning. Holy cow. But I've got like 6.2 cents a kilowatt hour, and it's 36 degrees out, and the furnace is off. And it's like fucking like 78 degrees in the house, and the windows are open. Yeah. It's not bad. I mean, it's like, even if I lived in a hot area, I would not have an issue. It's all about, like, because of the fact that I'm in a cold climate, I can, like, undo some of my summer settings and have that heat distribution brought into my house. Save me on gas that I'm... Yo, 2.6 cents a kilowatt hour. Ooh. Oh. I'm 6.2. Man, that's way better than me. I'm almost in Wisconsin. I'm in Illinois. For temporarily. But I don't have 2.6, it's 6.2. All the way around. 6.2 cents a kilowatt hour. And I think with all the taxes and fees after all of that, it averages out a state, as long as you're part of the community, me and my home doge, Crypto McHale, we're going to be setting up a facility, and we might be able to work something out for you on that. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like I'll be, if you're willing to ship it. Once we've got the mining facility up and going, if you want to ship it to us, we'll host it for you. You'll have complete control over your rigs. You just got a monthly due date. You know, it's just another bill at the end of the month. You know, so I mean, you'll have full rig control, all that good stuff. I'm not trying to do anything shady. No problem, my man. You know, it's all about options, and I'll be able to give you a much better rate than what you're getting. Probably gets you in like right around maybe give or take 8 cents a kilowatt hour. He's like, respect. Like you. Right. Smash that lizardy like button for all that respect. Such respect. But, so, with the 3060 Ti, it hangs out at 3.5, like 33.5 mega hash on Ethereum. So, I mean, it's cranking out at 130 watts. So, not too bad on the wattage. So, I think if the card stayed cooler, I would actually be able to push the card a little bit further and still keep the efficiency on there without it kind of rippling out on power. Because like I really don't want to push it more than 135 watts. I mean, even though the TDP on there is a little bit higher, I want to keep it in that efficiency range. So for me, a 3060 Ti's power limit is 135 watts, in my opinion. So keeping that in mind, if I'm sitting here at 62 mega hash on on a 3060 Ti, I really don't want to be pulling more than 120 watts. So, I mean, you can kind of see how I dial back that power, because if I'm not pushing the wattage like that, it doesn't need to drink all the power. The 3060 Ti's should range between about 112 watts to 130 watts on total power usage while mining. So if I'm going to push it to 135 watts, which would be 3070 territory, I don't want. I'll give it an extra 5, maybe 10 watts over the peak wattage. But again, now you're throwing it into 3070 territory. But is it worth the wattage? And then it depends on how much you've already how much you already have on that particular circuit, and if you want to put more on there. Because sometimes if you start hitting your headroom on your circuit, sometimes pulling power off and maintaining a peak wattage, I mean a peak hash rate on there, where you had like a whole bunch of 3060 Ti's, first gens, maybe having them all run at 120 watts and have them range from 61.5 mega hash to 62.75 mega hash. For me, that would be a not too bad of a trade-off, and then you might be able to stack another couple of cards on there. So, I mean, sometimes it kind of depends on how your circuit's set up, because even on a circuit breaker, you still want to adhere to the 80% rule. I've done some big changes in the mining room. I'm going to be getting one more shelf to put another shelving unit for a mining rack in there. And at the same time when I'm doing that, I'm going to turn off the whole mining facility that's in that little room over there. It'll be so quiet in this house, the furnace might actually kick on. But I want to put in the Space Goats kilowatt meter for 220, so I will show people how to properly hook it up. I've been hearing some debates on that, guys, of people basically wiring their shit wrong. And I'll as somebody who understands electricity, as well as I do, I'm not going to call myself an electrical engineer because I don't have that titling. But I have a great understanding of how electricity is going to sit there and run. So my home buddy fucking Krypton McKell gets a hold of me on Discord, and he's like, hey, do I just need, he's wiring up a little bit of 220 so that he can put his mining rigs up over by his well area. And I was like, okay, cool. So he's asking me, he's like, hey, I've got one of these kilowatt meters too, so that I can, see what I'm pulling. I'm like, cool. He's like, so how do you run this? A few people have been sitting there and saying that you can run the 10-2 cabling. So basically what he's talking about is this. The 10 would be 10 gauge, and then the -2, even though this has got a copper lead on here, this is not considered part of the wiring on this. So this is a 10-2. Gives you a hot and a neutral. And then this will be your ground. You know how they tell you to ground yourself before you touch your PC? You need earth in order to do that. It does not do that off of neutral. Neutral is always isolated. You do not want to run your ground as your isolated neutral. Just because there's no insulation in here except for a paper wrap on this going in here. Now, you can run it and run this as your neutral, but you have it's a potential issue. This here, because it is a 10-2, this is single pole 110 only. Now you can run 2 of these to your wiring, but that would be a waste of resources when you can sit there and get a 10 or a 12-3. As you see here, it gives you 2 hots, a neutral, and a single ground. This is a 12-3, where this is a 12-2. Single pole, dual pole. You always want to run a ground there so that you can ground yourself, your electrical cases, you can ground everything so that you don't have to worry about static discharge within its own environment. You can static discharge and turn a rig off. Fry memory modules, especially if you've got a Vega, where you've got that, the HBM memory modules in there. You can short circuit one of those just by snapping on the case, and it doesn't have a good ground on it. So make sure you always have good grounds everywhere. Must have. Ground will find the least path of resistance, and resistance could be a resistor or a capacitor on the circuit board that it's sitting on. So if you're going to wire it up, make sure that, depending on what you're doing, 10-2, 12-2 is 110, where this is a 12-3 for 220. So it can have a dual poles circuit breaker on there. Apparently, there's a few people that have wired their stuff wrong. Something like that, especially in the United States, would not pass building and zoning. You always have to have grounds especially when you're mining. You've got to be able to static discharge yourself before you touch any of your equipment, because it is sensitive equipment. There's capacitors, resistors, filters on there, memory modules that will commit suicide. But without any further ado, I see 7 or 9 of you guys sitting in this room. Let's go ahead and get to what's in the box. Do a small little review, and then later on I will do a in-depth. I'll try to do like a little 10-minute little spicy video on it. Make it look all sensual. So this is going to be the initial unboxing and initial review. And then I'm going to do like a little 10-minute review on it. Do some nice camera work on it. And then I'll do another video after I put all the, you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's dig in. Can you guys hear me now? It looks like I went through a whole spiel of taking stuff apart on this and nobody heard anything. Damn it! Like, my wireless mic, it went to default in OBS for some reason. My bad, guys. That means you didn't hear anything. You just saw me randomly taking stuff apart. So yeah, Golden. Yeah, sounds back, Golden. Sounds back. So I said a whole bunch of smart stuff. Yeah, so you guys didn't like really hear it. So all right, we'll try that again. So they shipped this thing with the connector got broken. It was sitting in between the case and the box. So the cable got broken. And, thankfully, it's an extra one. It doesn't look like it's needed. If it is, I do have a spare one. So it's not so much of an issue. What I was doing was pulling it out because inside of that green loose wire that's in there, this one right here, this is the power switch. So I had to take off that metal support bar to get down to where the connector would be for it. I'm thinking this is it here. I've got to take a look at it, but there's got to be a way to power this thing on. So this is an Octominer board on here. It fits 8 GPUs. So let me get this into an area where you guys can see it. So I think I can get tighter now. So bam. So this is an Octominer board. Fits 8 GPUs on it. It's got a little passive cooler on here with no fan on it because I believe it's an APU. It's got laptop style RAM on here. It is, I think it's 4 gigabytes or 8. It's either 4 or 8 gigabytes. Let me see. There we go. Pops up with authority. I was right the first time. 4 gigabytes. So if I needed to update this, it looks like I do have dual slot. It's got a spot where I could put an external SSD on here, right off the board. Fans are all Delta fans. They're all plugged into the motherboard. So obviously the power rail for the Delta fans are pretty decent. It would have to be able to supply all the power that these fans are going to need. Because these things will run on 12 volt. 12 volt, I think 1.5 amps, something like that. So let's see here. That's a CPU fan. SATA. Oh, how the hell you turn this thing on? They gave me a wire. That means nothing. How do you turn it on? There's got to be a power button somewhere. Let's see here. See, that's a CPU. It says J power. Can't imagine it being underneath the board. Oh, here we go. I got it up over here. So it's in a goofy spot actually. So all the power pinouts for on and off are right in front of a GPU. Really, people? Why? Now I need to see what's what here. Okay, so yep, that should kind of color coordinated. It's colorful. So yeah, this should be able to power everything up as long as it's not like big wattage, I believe. Because then you're going to need a different power supply for different pinouts on this setup on here. Because like I'm not big about daisy chaining from the motherboard up to power unless I know the GPU is low power to begin with, which will be the reason why I'm going to choose to put the RX 3600 Ti, the 3060 Ti up on here, because they're basically running at between between 120 to about like 120 to 130-ish is where the 3060 Ti's are. I think they'll be just fine with this power supply setup on here. So let me get this back together, guys. So can I tell where this was? Okay, the upper holes. And it looks like it's got definitely a couple of different settings up on here. So I do like that option that it has for this. Get that started a little bit in there. Now remember, you can still go into BIOS on this thing and actually set it up to where you can get it to where it'll power on anytime power is lost. It'll automatically reboot the rig once power is reinstated, and then you don't really even need a power switch on there. So there is that too, guys. There are multiple ways. There's no one way to, like, hey, you should set your rigs up this way. They're all equally good. Hey, babe. Go ahead and get that up in here. Fancy little server case. See that, guys? Even the wife's like, ooh, cool. I got the best wife in the world. Now I'm putting the power supply in. It's got 2 screws at the bottom. The metal's a little flimsy. It's a little on the thin side. But once everything's together, it feels pretty solid. So not the end of the world with that. All right, here. So we definitely have like riser power here. So I'm figuring that if it permits me to do one on bottom, one on top, and split the power out like that. These wires feel kind of on the thick side. I would say this is probably at least 16 gauge. So let me see how I want to lay this out here. So I got 2 here, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and I've got, so 2, 2, 2. So I got a couple of extra here. So I've got 2 that are not really being utilized. Because I got 2 here, 2 here. So this thing will end up getting plugged in like this. That's the reason why I chose for a lower wattage card also to go into this, is because of how they're wiring this thing up. It's just better off to not be like putting, this thing was not made for like big power cards, even though the power supply is rated for, you know, almost 3,000 watts on 220. So this will be the GPU top power. I got the riser bottom power on this thing. I'll end up zip tying everything together or using some of the Velcro wraps on here to make it look nice. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, this is the top one. Okay. So I'm going to put this one here. I'm trying to make sure that the wires kind of lay out the right way. So lay out like that. Lay out there. I'm going to try to train this wire to lay down over here so it's definitely out of the way of any card in there. So now I've got the 4 powers for the GPUs themselves. And like I'll say, I'll try to some doesn't realize if I don't answer that they should call 100 more times. Alright, so with that being said, that means I've got 2 legs of power. I don't need that connector. And I might have a zip tie for this already. Hold on. These are the Velcro ones. If I'm going to do the one down there, why not have it be at least a twisty tie? Yeah, there we go. Nice black twist tie on there. So I'm going to try to twist this up real quick here so it stays hidden underneath the rail here and out of the way. I got a little twist tie to do so. Bam, that goes down there. Nice and hidden. Then I've got proof of cat. So then I've got the right? How do I want to do this? And now that's all nice and wrapped up there. All looking good. Grab me another one of these. Grab this up. Bam. Now when it's all plugged in, you're not gonna notice how if it's like how it's wrapped up. You're gonna see it all being nice and everything. Giggity. So now I can put this in here. Like I said, the back of this like little holder here to the back of the power supply, it's held in just by this like little adjustable clip, so you can put different depth power supplies in here. I'm gonna see if I can tighten this up at all. Cool. So I'm gonna tighten you guys up. So now that's all tightened up. So I'm gonna loosen up this back mount here. So it looks like this thing can come forward just a smidge. Perfect. So now it's all nice and done up. I got all my power cables here. Delta fans on there with the guards on the inside, so when you stick your hands in here, you don't accidentally nab your finger like I did on one of my other server cases. Like I said, it's got the handles right in here. It's just like a bent up piece of metal, so you're not like slicing your fingers on bare metal. It feels like they did sand down the edge, so it wasn't a crispy edge. Which isn't so bad. Now figure out why. Does this thing actually have a hole in the bag? Or did they just like put a whole bunch of extra screws in here? Man, it looks like they got a whole bunch of extra screws. But they're also missing a couple off the board. So it looks like this was like a rush job to just get product out the door. Because like if you start screwing everything down, everything becomes a little bit more rigid. Oh my god, that's what it looks like too. These look like the screws that were for the motherboard. They just put just enough in there that the board wasn't flopping around. It's like, oh, you got cheaper because we didn't put all screws in. You have to work too. Get to work. Why you not do it? Okay, now. Hey. Hey. Come on. There we go. Alright, so all the screws are in now. I have a screw in every hole now. Dun, dun, dun. 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. None in the middle. Good to go. Cool. Good God. So stupid. Why you not do that? Now it makes sense why there was loose screws in there. So let me put these couple extra screws down in the bag. So as soon as I get all the rest of the the 3060 Ti's in that I've ordered up. I will do a full build with the 3060 Ti's. See, that's where I would have put these screws at if it was me. So now I got an extra one of these. I have a broken one of these. I mean, I'd be able to order up another connector if I wanted to and then recable them. But it's just a pain in the ass. Alright. Oop, you know what? I put the 2 screws I needed in here to put the lid back on. So I can put it off to the side. Don't! Alright, grab you. That's one. Grab you. That's 2. So bam. All of these screws are all the same as the case screws, so it makes it nice and easy. Right. Bam. The front edge lips underneath this top edge here. They kind of lock the front edge up on here, and then it just sits in. 2 screws hold it on the back. Alright. Cool. So, that's pretty much the new toy. I do have power cables for this power supply. They come with server grade power supplies. Don't typically come with the actual power cable because they don't know if you're going to run it on 110 or 220 or what style of plug you're going to be needing. And I tell people, call me once. If I don't get back to you right away, it means I'm busy. So, yeah, that's pretty much the new rig. And in the mining room, I've got even some updates in the mining room also. You guys want to check Golden Wolf. Yes, that is one of Steve's. Mine's actually kind of really cool though. Mine's signed by Steve and Tech Odin from Bearded Hardware. They were doing a LN2 pot where they were doing liquid nitrogen on GPUs, and if you bought that day, they both signed it. So I was like, hell's yeah, I get Bearded Hardware and Steve. Yo. Right. So do you guys want to see the new layout in the mining room, guys? We can certainly do that. FA in the chat if you want to see the new setup in the mining room. I need FAs. I'm not going to do it unless I get FAs. You got to want it. I'm just saying, you have to want it. I need everybody, all 6 of you, to FA in the chat. Everybody. We got Golden Wolf here. Goblin's like, I want to play. It's just not that cyberpunk scene again. Please, no, don't do it. Yeah. I did not realize that's what I signed up for. That was a big no-no. What's going on, Dan? Man, Golden Wolf really wants to see the inside of the new setup on the mining room. Same thing with Goblin, dropping the FAs in there. YOLO. All right, I'll do it because you guys want it so badly. We'll go give the tour because I've done some cleaning in there, guys. I kind of had to, and I'll explain why. Woo. Let me level this out. Look at Crypto Kitty. Hold on here. I got a wide angle lens on here. Hold on a second. Let me take the wide angle lens off. Because it'll be just too obnoxious, I think. Nope, I think the wide angle needs to stay on there. Sorry guys, sorry guys. Sorry. There we go. Alright. So here we go. Oop, I'm tangled. Tangled the wires. It's not wireless camera. Alright, so you see down here, this shit here belongs in the closet. This shelf that was supposed to be in the closet fell down. There was a bowling ball on there and a stereo, so it had some weight on there, so this fell down. All of this shit here. Let's see if I can. Yep, there you go. All of this shit here was in the way. So I got a new shelf from Home Depot. This is like $100. But I was able to sit there and put all of that in there. Got some new cables here. This is 220 cabling. So that'll plug into the PDU right there, and then this will plug into a normal power supply cable. Yo! Oh yeah! This is something for my computer. PCIe Gen 4 ribbon cable. Yo! And then also, some really sexy cabling with combs on it, custom comb cables from Mod My Mods, or Cable Mods, or whatever it is. Yeah, Cable Mods. So I've got that going along in my mind. That'll be setting up. It looks like my EK system setup will be here. Oh, I'm still tangled up. Get off of there. There we go. Now, let's see if I can get everything to scooch. Uh-oh. Something tells me something just unplugged. People, stop with the stupid calling. Alright, here we go. So, this has been set the same way. So, I've got 4 server cases up here. That's the new one with the 6600 XTs in them. 3 E3 Antminers, an S9 Bitcoin miner, and a mini Doge. Oh. So there's all of that awesome stuff. There you go. Bam. So we got all the mini Doge right there. The E3 Antminers, one at the end here, 2 over here, and then Bitcoin there. But the reason why I need one more rack is I've got these bad boys sitting on the floor. It's not an issue, but I'd like to get them up against the wall here. This way it matches up, you know. Opens up this little area right here. Then I got all my green screen stuff. Oop. I got all my green screen stuff right down here. I got a couple of other Veta 8-frame, 8 GPU frames on here, up here that I can utilize. But yeah, I'm gonna get the other rack, and then I'm also gonna put in the Space Goats. Awesome stuff. I believe that's it. I got everything like so randomized. I gotta figure out what I do with it. I think I have it up on the other side here. Oh. I think it's right here. So, this is my D5 pump. Here we go. So I got one of the watt meters for 220. This is going to be awesome to install. Got my 220 sitting right up over there. Find out if I've got to put a 3rd circuit of 220 in here. I'll figure that out. If I have to, cool, whatever. It is what it is. Oh yeah, Goblin, it's way cleaner. I had to clean that up so badly. Damn, this guy is sticking his hands in my face. Ah, too funny, Golden. Too funny. So you guys got any comments or questions before I head up out of here? I will probably do some streaming of some gaming tonight. So definitely hop on if you want to do some gaming with me. You know, kind of a ask me anything situation, all that good stuff, guys. Don't forget to smash that Lizzie like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the bell notification, or double check, make sure the bell notification's still on, because we know how YouTube likes to turn that shit off. Especially when they're shadow banning people. Oh. Jason, you're missing everything. Everything. You're going to have to rewatch it, because I have this cool server case up over here. It's a really cool server case. GPU Jesus approves of this message right here. But not mining advice in any way, shape, or form. So, all right, Golden. He's like, till later, yo. All right, so you guys got no more comments or questions. Okay, I'm gonna hop up off of here, guys. Y'all rock. Y'all are FA, cause you are fucking awesome. And I'm gonna go eat me some hamburgers, cause the wifey got home with some hamburgers and it looks delicious, and I wants to eat. And I wanna, say hey to the wife since she just got home, and all that good stuff. So with that, guys, till next time, I'll see you on the next one. And stay savage. Yo.